Hello and welcome to Merlin's Manor. Today I'm going to be showing you how to play Zombicide White Death's Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Timecrash expansion. I'm not going to be going into the general how to play of Zombicide or how to play Zombicide White Death, as you can check out that video here or at the end of this video or in the description below. But I am going to be going over the special rules for the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles and do a playthrough of quest number 2, Necromancy for Dummies, which is already set up here. Let's go ahead and talk about what is going on with this expansion. First of all, each member of the Turtle team starts out with special equipment that is theirs, and it can be placed in this special slot here, as well as it could be in their normal hand as well, but it can also be held in the armor slot for each of their special weapons. So that's a special blue ability that they start with that weapon, and they start with the weapon on the gray side. If they get one of these pizza tokens, they're going to be able to then flip that over and got a slightly upgraded weapon on the other side there. There's only 4 of those in this scenario, and so only 4 people will have the opportunity to upgrade there. Pizza tokens are collected the same way as an objective by spending an action and then flipping 1 turtle equipment. Turtle equipment can be traded or discarded, but they cannot be used by non-turtle team members. And then there's an addition here of chi, which each player is going to start with 4 chi. Chi tokens can be spent for special combat abilities, either +1 to dice roll in combat, +2 dice, or damage 2. And chi is spent before performing the combat action. Now some weapons give chi, and chi can go above the starting 4 from these abilities. There is an added new action, which is Turtle Meditation. Can only be done if there are no zombies in the zone and no corruption tokens in the zone. It can only be performed once per turn, and it earns enough chi tokens to bring the total back up to 4. This will not take the number above 4, it will just take it up to 4. Now, Turtle members, if they are using standard weapons, including vault weapons, are going to have that weapon damaged and destroyed and discarded if they roll a 1. Now, this does not apply if chi is used in this combat action, and it does not apply to turtle equipment, but just the standard weapons, because they're not used to using that equipment, and so they may break those weapons. This game also adds foot ninjas, which are considered walkers and have the same targeting priority as walkers. They spawn on each of the objectives, and they'll spawn that number on each objective. And so it says spawn 2 foot soldiers. You're going to do that on each objective, not split between them. But they will not spawn if there are no objectives left. You'll just ignore that card. There'll be nothing going on for that particular spawn. Chi cannot be spent when you're attacking a zone that has a foot ninja in it. And so that's a little extra thing to be concerned with, especially since chi can really help you kind of be very powerful in your attacks here. There's a special Defiler Necromancer for this game, and that is Shredder. Now, Shredder fills that role of a Defiler Necromancer in White Death. There's a special rule with Shredder, though, that all misses cause a wound to the attacker, includes when attacking other zombies in the zone. And so if you attack anybody in Shredder's zone, any misses will backfire on you and hurt you. But you can use armor to defend against those misses. Now, as far as I can tell, for the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, they do not start out with a guard skill. The game did add some skills that you can add to Black Plague and Green Horde characters that don't come with guard skills, but it doesn't mention using them for the Turtles, and you would think that they would have included that for them since they are part of the White Death expansion. And so since they come with a starting ability and a starting weapon, I assume that it was meant for that to kind of balance there, and that they are not meant to get a guard skill. But if you want to play it a little bit easier, you can give them guard skills randomly during setup as well. I just chose not to do that because I feel like their weapon combined with their ability there fulfills that kind of balance there. And that's the basics of how to play the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles expansion. We're going to go ahead and jump right on in here and start playing. I've got it set up, as I said earlier, for quest number 2. And the objectives for this quest are simply to look for clues. The quest is a success as soon as all the following conditions have been met. All objective tokens have been taken, and Shredder has been eliminated at least once. The setup was to put the blue and green objectives randomly among the red objectives face down. And then each red objective is going to give 5 AP to the survivor who takes it. And then the blue and green objectives each gives a random vault weapon to the survivor who takes it. They can then reorganize their inventory for free. If there are no vault weapons available, then the survivor will instead gain 5 AP. Remember, they do not gain 5 AP just for drawing a green or blue objective. That's only if there are no vault weapons. But the red objectives will give 5 AP. Notice in the setup that we have these set out whenever there's one of these. It also shows in the setup on the page how to do that. We have 3 spawn zones. They each have corruption on them, and they're going to spawn in order 1, 2, and 3. We have pizza, wherever there's a pizza box, also shown in the description there, and the beacon is right here. Following the Defiler Necromancer rules, if the corruption ever reaches this zone here, then we are going to lose the game. And so we need to keep that from happening. That's especially going to be problematic if he spawns here on 2. I'm also going to be adding to the game Abominations, which is something that the Kickstarter came with a bunch of special Abominations, plus if you have others from previous Zombicide, Black Plagues, and Green Horde stuff, you can make a deck of the different Abominations and have that set off to the side, and whenever you were to spawn an Abomination, you spawn in from this deck, flipping a card and seeing which Abomination spawns in. And so that's going to be kind of just add a little extra something to the game. Don't probably recommend doing that for your first games, but once you've played a few, that can be an interesting way to mix things up a bit, get those different Abominations in. So let's go ahead and start playing here. Shredder's as slippery as ever, vanished right before our eyes before we could deliver the knockout blow. Glad this magic stuff is working for us, at least a little bit too, but Shredder has somehow become a master. These zombies keep coming no matter what. He's not yet been fully defeated, and he's leading an infinite army. Necromancy is his new super weapon. Our survivor friends taught us a few things about dealing with necromancers, but Shredder's no ordinary villain. We need to scour the city and battlefields for clues, mixing ninja and zombie lore. Time's not really on our side either. If Shredder fully masters his new powers, then he'll overwhelm both worlds. Wintergrad's just a test run. Think about it though, I'd be lying if I said I wasn't having the best time. Like the stakes are really high, but there's an unlimited horde of zombies out there to smash. I think I've caught the zombicide spirit. Let's go ahead and go over the different characters I'm going to be playing with. Jenica has the starting ability of Jump, which means that she can, in line of sight, which is a straight line, go 2 spaces instead of just 1. She'll be jumping over the space in between, so if there were zombies in that space, she could actually jump over them, but if there are zombies in her starting space, she would still have to pay that penalty for leaving that zone. So that can be a very handy ability both to move faster across the board as well as to avoid zombie zones or something. And she starts out with the Teko Kegi, which adds another die to another equipped melee weapon if she has another equipped melee weapon. And then if she takes the ultimate token, of course, will flip the card. It's going to get more powerful. She starts out with the ability to roll 1 dice and hit on a 3 or better and do 1 damage, and it's a silent weapon. Raphael, my favorite Ninja Turtle because of his size, starts out with his size, which add 5+ armor, so he gets to roll, and on a 5+, he doesn't take damage. Adds 1 die to another equipped melee weapon when he gets that. And then he has range of 0, does 1 die, hits on a 4 or better, and does 1 damage. And his special ability is +1 die to melee. And then Leonardo here has his katanas, his ninjados, and they have 2 dice, hit on a 4 or better, and 1 damage. And then he has the Brothers in Arms, gets 1 free melee action. What that means is whenever he's in the same zone as another member of the team, he and all the members in that zone are able to get a free melee action there for being in the same space together. Michelangelo has his nunchuckas, and they have rolling of 3 dice, hitting on a 5 or better, and does 1 damage. If he rolls a 6, he'll get to roll an extra die. And then he has the ability of Taunt, which means that he can use that ability to have people come towards his space. And then Splinter over here has his cane, which gives the ability of Shove, which means he can push zombies out of his zone. He rolls 1 die, hits on a 3 or better, and does 1 damage. And he has the Hit and Run ability, which means he can attack and then move a space. And I have these still out from my last game, so put those over there. And then Casey Jones here has his hockey stick, which rolls 3 dice, hits on a 5 or better and does 2 damage. And so he's going to be our all-star against the brutes. And then he has the ability of improvised weapon combat, which means he can get 1 free attack each round that uses the stats that are in the book, rolling 2 die, hitting on a 4 or better and doing 1 damage. He can do it either from ranged or from melee, because his says combat. If it said ranged, then it would only be a ranged attack. If it said melee, it would only be a melee attack, but combat does either. And so those are the characters we're going to be playing with and their abilities and how they work. Let's go ahead and jump right on in and try to get some of these objectives and start maybe getting a defensive standpoint in here. And so first person I'm going to do something with is going to be Jenica, because she has the ability to jump. So I'm going to do 1 move and then jump into here. Line of sight can be carried 1 zone into a building. That's both for abilities like this as well as attacking. So that's 2 moves now. And then for her third action, I'm going to have her search. And she gets salted meat, which is gain 3 AP. Maybe used in the backpack. I'll just hold on to that and see when we want to use that and who wants to use that. And I'm going to use these coins from Everdell to keep track of when I've done all of my actions for somebody, so that I don't double up or forget anybody. Now let's go ahead and take Splinter. 1, 2, 3. And I'm thinking everybody's just going to move into there. I don't see any reason to do things any differently right now. So for the first one, we're just all crowding up in here, because we all kind of need to spread out across this side of the board. We're going to split up on the next action, I believe. Actually, let's go ahead and have Raphael stop there, because I want to spend 1 action to send the guards out there, because I want them to be able to guard this zone soon if we need them to. Okay, so that is the first round. I know it was kind of uneventful. Everybody was just moving, but let's go ahead and start spawning. On number 1, we're going to get 2 brutes. And so let's put those on spawn zone number 1. Spawn zone number 2 is a zombie siege. We're going to spawn 1 walker on each of the corruption spaces. And we're not going to worry about zombie sieges in this one because of the fact that, the second part there, because of the fact there's no battlements, they're not going to move up on anything. And then spawn zone number 3, we're going to get 4 brutes. And that is the first spawn. No necromancer, so we don't have to worry about that right now. Let's go ahead and figure out what we're going to do here. I think the first thing is that somebody needs to take this objective. Let's go ahead and let's have Splinter take the objective. And so it's a red one, so he just gets 5 AP. And which direction do we want to go with Splinter? Let's just have him go this way. 1, 2. No. Let's have him go this way 1, and we're going to have him search for his third action. We need to get some good weapons. 1 walker. Place 1 walker in each corruption zone. That wasn't fun. Next I'm going to move with Raphael and have him do a search. It doesn't go there, it goes off to the side. So Raphael gets Dragon Bile. Could come in handy. So that was 1, 2. And for 3, we'll have him go there. Casey, I'm going to go ahead and have him, let's go ahead and mark him right now, go 1, 2, and let's have him search. He gets the torch. I guess he should have searched first, because he could have given that over, well, wrong space. Anyway, so we have a torch and we have a bile. If we can get those combined together, we can toss those to get rid of an entire zone of zombies. And then let's go ahead and act. Somebody needs to start moving these guys and using them. Let's have Jenica do that. 1, 2, 3. No, let's have her search. Let's have her go there and search. Gets a torch. And then let's have Michelangelo fire into there with the guards. They get 4 dice because there are 4 guards. And we took out both of these guys because they hit on a 4 or better with the guard attacks from range or from melee. And so the person that gets those is the person that did the attack, and so that's Michelangelo. Let's go ahead and put this on here to show I'm using him. That was 1 action. And then let's go ahead and have him go 2 to there. And let's have him search. He gets the Great Axe, which rolls 4 dice, hits on a 5 or better, and does 2 damage. I'm thinking Raphael is going to want that because he can add an extra die to it because of the size. And that could actually wind up being pretty good. And now Leonardo, we're going to have him come this way as well. 1, 2, and we're going to have him search that space. And he gets the horn bow, which has marksman, which means that he can choose the targets he hits when he goes after a space. He doesn't have to follow target priority. And also, he does not do friendly fire damage for misses. So that's pretty useful. And I believe that is everybody. Yep, that's everybody. I'm going to go ahead and remove all these now. Spawn the zombies. Starting with number 1. Oh, before we spawn them, they all activate and move. And then we're spawning an Abomination. Which Abomination are we spawning? Kumio. Each player phase is played at random. Okay, well this one doesn't really affect solo mode because each player will play out all of their characters, and I am playing all of my characters. But we will get to put out that miniature. And by miniature, I mean huge piece here. In a multiplayer game, let's say we're playing 2 players, each player is controlling 3 characters, you'd randomize which player is going to go first, and they'd play all 3 of their characters. But anyway, we have here Numio. We put it off to the side. And then our second spawn is going to be 4 walkers because we are still in blue. And we have these guys there ready to attack. And then our third spawn is 1 extra activation. Because we are in blue, no one activates. This would have been for the brutes. Let's now go into round 3 here. So I'm going to have Casey come up here, 1. And I'm going to have him get this objective, which is the blue objective, which means he gets a vault weapon. What does he get? Royal Guard's Halbert. It's a polearm, does 2 damage, and attacks at range 1, and rolls 3 dice, hits on a 4 or better. Couldn't have been a better time to get that, because I didn't really want to go in here to attack those guys, and now I can attack them at least from range. He's not done. He's got 1 more action. For his third and final action, he's going to attack into here with the polearm, rolling 3 dice. And he's got 6, 6, and 3. The polearm hits on a 4 or better. And so he is going to take out both of the brutes because he can. Gets 2 AP. Now, remember that in melee combat, you can choose whoever you want to attack. Normally, he would have to attack the brutes first anyway if he was doing ranged, but it wasn't ranged, it was melee, so he could have chosen the walkers if he wanted to, but why would you when you're using a 2 damage weapon? Others can't handle those. So that was his 3 actions. Let's go ahead and have Jenica come 1, 2. Doesn't have the ability to attack at range, so she's just going to search with her last action, but be there to kind of help out with that situation. Gets Ice Storm, which is a magic attack. It does noise. Range 0 to 2, roll 3 dice, hits on 5 or better. And remember, this one will do friendly fire if you're attacking at the same zone. So you want to be careful about that. It's not a melee weapon, so she will not get an extra die per that. So that was Jenica's 3 actions. And then let's go ahead and do something up here. We need to get these guys dealt with. Oh, let's go ahead and get people moved up over into here. Let's go ahead and use Raphael to go 1, 2, 3 just to be in there. And you know what? Let's all go that way. So that was Raphael's. Let's do Michelangelo 1, 2, like that. And actually, we'll leave Raphael there, or Michelangelo there, and have him attack with those guards. And he only got 1. He gets 1 XP or AP. Up to 3 now. And then let's have Splinter do the same thing. 1, 2, and then use the guards to attack that zone. 1, 2 for Splinter. Oh, that puts us into yellow. I didn't realize he had so much. I forgot he grabbed an objective earlier. I should have used somebody else to do the attack. Oh well. We are respawning in yellow now. And I believe everybody... Oh, Leonardo has not gone, though. Have Leonardo come here for one. Flip this. He gets the green. So he gets Baba Yaga's Pestle, which is kill a zombie with this weapon, kill all zombies in the zone. Has a damage of 2, melee weapon, and 1 die. Hits on 4 better. So let's put this in Leonardo's hands. Wish I'm not already in yellow with somebody, but it is what it is. I forgot we still had Leonardo to go earlier. Okay, everybody else is gone. Yeah, I didn't really use these much this turn. Okay, activations. These guys are going to come this way. That guy is going to go that way. That's going to go there, and all these are going to come here. Then we're going to pull for spawn zone number 1. Foot ninjas. Spawn 1 on each objective. So one's going to spawn right there. Remember, we can't use chi when attacking that zone, which I've been ignoring my chi for some reason in this game. Well, I mainly did guard attacks, so that's probably why. So there goes the foot ninjas for spawn number 1. Make sure I didn't forget any objectives. Nope, all done. Spawn number 2. Zombie siege. So all we're really doing there is putting a zombie in each of these zones. We haven't got a necromancer. I probably shouldn't have said that because we're probably about to draw it for our 3rd and final one for the round. Nope, another zombie siege. 1 zombie on each of these zones. 1 walker. Okay, we haven't got any runners, and we have not gotten any necromancers yet, so that's good so far. We do have an abomination to take care of. Who do we want to start out with? I know we got a problem here. We've got a problem there, and a problem there. Actually, let's go ahead and start out with... No, let's not. Let's start out with these guys. And specifically, let's do Casey. So Casey is going to attack in his zone using his hockey stick. It does 3 dice. It's on a 5 or better. And I'm going to go ahead and spend a chi to get that a 4 or better. 4 or better. Huh. Should have spent it to get an extra die. Well, actually, it doesn't matter because I got rid of both people. So, 1, 2. 1, 2. Boom. So that was action number 1. Then 2, and then 3 to be there. Jenica needs to do something. She does not want to be left over there. Let's toss that on there. Say we're acting with her. If we just go 1, 2, and for the 3rd action, she's going to command these guys to kill that thing. 4 dice. It's on a 4 better. It's got to happen. Barely happened. I'll take barely happening over not happening. And now, Leonardo has the ability to do a free melee action because he's with others. So let's go ahead and use him. He's going to use Baba Yaga's Pestle. He's going to spend 1 chi to make it hit, or make it roll 2 dice. Or sorry, 3 dice, because you roll an extra 2 dice. And then if he kills a zombie in that zone, he will kill all zombies in that zone. So he killed 2. Then he's going to kill the other 1, 2, 3, 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 AP for Leonardo. That's a very powerful weapon. Okay, let's go ahead and deal with Raphael's situation next. You cannot use chi on this guy because you can't attack that zone with chi. But he is going to use his size. And he can only roll 1 die, though. Maybe we don't use Raphael in the moment. Actually, let's have Splinter move in there. He hits on a 3 or better, at least. So that's 1. Roll a die. Oh, it's a 6 anyway. So that guy is gone. Splinter gets 1 AP up to 8. Oh, and I should have put this on. He gets 1 extra action, so that was 2 actions. Who do we want to get the pizza? Splinter or Raphael? His thing increases range, and that's about it. Whereas Raphael gets 3 dice. I think I'm going to have Raphael get that one. And so that was 1, 2, 3, 4. That was Splinter's actions. Now let's go ahead with Raphael. He's going to take this for an action, which allows him to flip this. For action number 2, he's going to grab this, get 5 AP for that. And for action number 3, I think he searches. He gets Sprint. It's an enchantment. Once per turn, the targeted survivor may immediately perform 1 free action to use the Sprint skill. Sprint. The survivor can use this skill once during each of their turns. They spend 1 move action and may move 2 or 3 zones instead of 1. Entering a zone containing zombies still ends the survivor's move action, except if they have Slippery. So he can move up to 3 spaces now. That's nice. Or he can cause somebody else to move up to 3 spaces. That was his 3 actions. So Raphael is done. The only person left is Michelangelo. Let's have Michelangelo attack those guys with the guards. Kill 2 of them, gets 2 AP. Where's Michelangelo? So that was action number 1. Action number 2 is going to be to move this way. And 3, might as well move into here. Okay, let's go ahead and move into the next round. Everybody activates. This guy has line of sight on these guys, and so that's where he's going to go. As will these ones go that way. This guy here does not have line of sight on anybody, so he's going to go with the most noise. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's going to be the direction, although really that direction probably would have gone for anybody. That guy's going to come out there. He actually has line of sight on these guys, and these guys are going to come there. Let's get number 1. Abomination is going to move 1 space towards these guys. Now he has line of sight on here and here, but these are the noisiest, so that will be his next move. And then number 2, runners, we're going to get 4 because we were in yellow. And then spawn zone number 3, brutes, 2 for yellow. Shredder has still not come out. We need to take care of this abomination before it gets too annoying. We have Dragon Bile with Raphael. Who has the torch? Casey has the torch. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to have Raphael go first. I'll leave that on Raphael since he's going. And he's going to use the sprint on himself. He's going to go 1, 2, 3. For his second action, he is going to trade with Casey. And for his third action, he's going to throw that out onto this guy. Going to get 5 AP. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Which is going to give him his yellow extra action. And when you kill an abomination, it drops a vault weapon face down like that. And then Raphael has 1 more action now because of being in yellow. So he's just going to have these guys attack the runners. Does 3 of them. Raphael goes 1, 2, 3. So that was Raphael's full turn. Let's see who's going next. We need to start making our way over to this objective and this objective. And that's all the objectives. So we probably want to have people near, especially this one and even this one. For if Shredder comes at either of those ones, this one's going to take him a little bit extra time to get over. So a few people are going to start heading this way, but the rest we're going to kind of keep in this area. Now let's go ahead and... No, these guys are in the wrong place to do that. Oh no, they can come here. So let's have... Who's going to go next? Is there anybody that needs just 1? Leonardo just needs 1. So let's have him go next and attack this zone. 1, he gets up to yellow. And 1 is what he got. So he's now in yellow as well, so he'll get an extra action. And he's already got a Volt weapon, so let's not be greedy and go after that for him. Let's instead go 2, 3, and then use the horn bow to attack this guy at range 2. He rolls only 1 die, but hits on 3 or better. 6 gets him. And goes there. And so that was 1, 2, 3, 4. Leonardo is now done. Let's have Jenica go next and have them move 1. Action number 2, I think she needs to start making her way out. Action 2, no wait, let's not have her do that actually. I got plans for her. Let's have Splinter move these guys here. And then Splinter himself can go action number 2, action number 3, action number 4. And now we're going to go with Casey. He's going to attack them with these guys, rolling 2 die. That one rolled right off the table. Let's roll another one. Got them both. Casey gets 1, 2. He's just 1 away. That's 1 action. 2. Action number 3. Now we go with Jenica. And the reason why I waited for her is she can go 1, 2. Well, she's still not going to get her the best use of jump, probably. So, never mind. It didn't really matter for her anyway. 3. I thought I was going to use her jump ability, but I really don't want to have to go all the way around. So, puts her there. Michelangelo. Doesn't have a whole lot going on right now. I guess I'm going to have him come here. No, let's have Raphael get that. Because if it's a melee weapon... Well, but Michelangelo doesn't have the greatest weapon. Let's have him do it. 1, 2. So Polearm has escalation melee, which means that you add a dice each time you do it in a row. So if you keep melee attacking one zone, you'll just keep getting extra dice. It's on a 3 or better and does 2 damage. That might be good for Raphael to have. We might have to do a trade in a minute. So let's see. That was 1, 2, 3. I'll have him move in there so they can trade in a minute. Okay, so that is this round. Move all the zombies and then spawn. Boom, boom, boom. Spawn zone number 1, Necromancer. Shredder has entered the conversation. So he goes there, we add his zone, and the Defiler Necromancer has a special rule where he does not move, but instead, every time he would move, he's going to go ahead and increase where he's going to put a corruption in the next space going towards the beacon, and then place that spawn zone he came from on that space and keep moving that way. So spawn zone number 2, we've got 4 runners. Must be the runner spawn zone. Okay. And spawn zone number 3, 2 runners there. And then for the Defiler's spawn zone that just came in, 4 walkers there. Okay, that is that, as they say. So we need to defeat Shredder and get these 2 objectives, and that will be the ball game. Bad thing is we can take wounds trying to attack this zone. And he has last priority if we're trying to do a ranged attack. So I don't know that I want to fight in there much right now. Well, let's focus on Junico. Have her do Ice Storm, which is a magic attack. It makes noise. And we're going to roll 3 dice. Hits on a 5 or better. Can't use Chi because that guy didn't need it anyway. And that made a noise, so we put a noise token right there. That's 1, 2, 3. She will hang out right there. Let's have her use her salted meat. That's free to do. No, wait, no, she doesn't need the salted meat. Well, let's do it anyway. Do it anyway. Now, this is the weird part. Oh, Leonardo has Marksman. I don't think I used his Brothers in Arm ability last time. He should have had 1 more action. Oh, well. Okay, let's have Leonardo go 1, 2. He's going to use the horn bow. He's going to do it with Chi. Attacking this zone. Hit on a 2 or better. He's aiming for Shredder. Got a 6. Got a 6. Didn't matter. Shredder's gone. His spawn zone disappears. We've done that. Leonardo gets 1 AP. And we drop off that in there. Not that anybody's probably going to be bothered to go in there for that. So that was 1, 2, 3. For number 4, let's just command these guys to shoot into that zone. Got 1. So that was Leonardo. Let's do Master Splinter next. 1, 2, get some 5 AP. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And might as well just grab the pizza while he's there. One, two, three, and for 4, come back out. Actually, no, for 4, let's have him attack those guys. He gets 1. Forgot about that enchantment. I could have had Jenica all the way over there. Oh, I can have this person go all the way over there. Okay, have Raphael go next. He's going to use the sprint enchantment on Casey. He's going to go 1, 2, 3. For action number 2, let's come out here. We're going to use the size, and we're going to use a chi. Chi is going to make the 3 dice hit on 3 or better, I think. Or we better roll 2 extra dice hitting on 4 or better. No, we're going to roll 2 extra die hitting on 4 or better. So we're rolling 3, 4, 5 dice. Hitting on 4 or better, we got 2. So Raphael, 1, 2. This is 1, 2, 3. Action number 4, he's just gonna be back in there. Actually, no. Let's leave him there. Let's have him attack into there for his final action. Nothing happened. Michelangelo now is going to go 1 to there. He's going to attack these guys with his partisan, which has 2 dice. He's going to toss in a chi to make those hit on a 2 or better. Why not? They both hit on a 3, so these guys are both gone. Michelangelo, 1, 2. Those 1, 2. Let's have them attack there for 3. Huh, killed him by a bunch. And I don't want to abandon Raphael with those 2 runners right there. So I think I just stay right there. Although that might not be a problem in a second. Because Casey's going to go there. Going to get that for 5 AP. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Would get an extra action. But, if I'm not mistaken, the game ends immediately now that we have all objectives and have killed Shredder once. I'm going to double check that. It says the quest is a success as soon as all the following conditions are met. All objectives have been taken. Shredder has been eliminated at least once. We eliminated Shredder. All objectives have been taken. So that is how you play the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles expansion for White Death. Just giving you a glimpse of how things work. I could have probably done with using more chi along the way, but you get the idea. I hope I didn't forget to discard a standard weapon when rolling a 1. That is something I struggle to remember as I'm playing with the Turtles, because I'm not used to having to look out for that 1 roll there. Some of the objectives have you want to take all of the pizza that's out there. There's other kind of things as you go through. The first 2 games have a very standard way of playing where you're just going after the objectives and killing Shredder, but then after that they start getting a little bit more interesting in the objectives there. So there you go. What would have happened had we spawned in more? It would have been brutes. Would have been foot ninjas, and would have been a necromancer. And then the necromancer spawn zone would have been more foot ninjas, which would have been just the 1 if we hadn't gotten to this one yet. There you go. I hope you've enjoyed this playthrough. It's taught you how to play with the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles and whether this is an expansion that you want to get. And as always, I hope you have a great week and keep on gaming.